Good afternoon, Darlene here. In previous videos, I've talked about my corn, my poor corn. I had beautiful stalks, and I thought it wasn't making any ears, but it actually did make ears, but they were about between 1 inch and 2 inches long. I actually had one ear that was almost a regular length and had good kernels on it. I roasted it up and let my husband eat it. And then I had a couple that were really short that had fairly good kernels on them, but most of them, they were small. They were dried up. Some of them had that, I forget what it's called, smut or whatever it was called that gets on them. Some of them were just dried up and, had maybe one or two little kernels. Some of the kernels were overripe, and the rest of them weren't ripe at all, or didn't even have kernels formed. I think from what I've read, that might be a germination issue. Anyway, I pulled up all of the corn stalks. I had enough corn kernels to have a very, very small dish full of corn for breakfast. And now there is no more corn in my garden. So I'm taking all of these corn stalks to my compost pile. And they were all very, very dry, like they would be at the end of the season. There might have been one or two stalks in there that I could have perhaps left, but by the time I realized that, I had already pulled them up. Anyway, I'm on my way out to the compost pile with all of my dried up corn stalks. I did have a few that I plucked out a week or so ago to make a little decoration by our back door, along with some flowers that I had. But most of them are just going in the compost pile. So you get to watch me put them in there. It's always a bit of a challenge to get the camera pointed the right direction. You never quite know if it's in the right spot or not. Oh dear, I got the camera all set up in a spot where I thought I was showing you what I was doing. Foible, foible. I thought I was showing you me putting all the corn on the compost pile. And you can hear me doing it, but you can't see me doing it. Oh dear, oh my. That's what happens when the sun is kind of shining on your screen and you're just a klutz on some days. This must be one of those days. It's a bit warm out here. After a while, I'll actually show you what the temperature is. I'll go ahead and tell you. It's like 86 degrees. So it's really too warm for me to be doing much. But I did get all the corn put on the compost pile, despite the fact that you can't see me doing it. Bummer, bummer, bummer. And I can't re-record it, obviously, because I can't redo it. It's already there. My goodness. Anyway, here's this big squash plant that I've got here. And you can see I actually have a couple of little squashes in there. They may or may not get big enough to eat by the time we get a frost. If they do, that's great. If not, that's great too, because my neighbor gives me more than enough squashes for our use. Nasturtium's doing fine. I've planted several things in this bed and nothing seems to come up except those nasturtiums. My potatoes are looking sorry. I think in the next day or so, I actually do need to come out and dig the rest of them because they're looking like they need it. Okay. And here I believe I did the same daggum thing. I was recording me bringing the gorilla cart from the compost pile back up to the sidewalk where I was going to park it. Aren't I pretty? You see me there? No, you don't see me there. I had the camera turned around backwards today. Today, let's call today the backwards day. It is the backwards day. Mio mio, the backwards day. I could even write a song. Mio mio, backwards day. Can't get the camera the right way. You just never know what you're going to see on my channel or what I'm going to talk about. Boring to watch the grass grow? Oh well, you can hear me talking. And here's where all the corn was. And what I spent this morning doing was bringing out some more stakes and these tomatoes that were just rambling all over the ground. I had them staked up at one point, but the stakes all fell over. I got them kind of restaked so at least the tomatoes are not off of the ground. And you can see I'm actually getting finally some beans. Actually picked some the other day and cooked them up. They were yummy. And I think I'm supposed to wait until they get long. I picked them kind of on the short side just because I was hungry for some. The California poppies are making a second appearance. I love them. They're so colorful. Whew. It's too hot out there to record anything more this afternoon. Not sure. I'm waiting for my temperature gauge to tell me the temperature. It should be popping to that next screen just any time now. Let's see if I can turn you around. There we go. Oh, it's only 86. Okay. Oh, you're looking at my cat collection. Just all kinds of little tchotchkes. Cats. Do you think maybe I love cats? Well, until the next video, may the good Lord richly bless you. Bye.